September 28th, 2023. Today on the agenda, legs. I am pretty proud of myself, even if it's just like, this is just like, it's been a week. It's quite literally just been 1 week, essentially, where I go, I've been making these silly little videos, talking into the camera as I drive to the gym. And hopefully, in the long run, too, I can look back like 100 days later, a year later, and then I go, wow, I was consistent. And that's the thing too, like I remember too, like a couple days ago I talked with some people at the gym when they asked me why I'm filming. And it's funny too that looking back that I was so like adamant, and I was like trying to convince them, like, I swear I'm not trying to be an influencer, I'm not trying to be famous. But at the same time too, there's a small part in the back of my mind where I go, what if one of these videos just randomly goes viral for no reason? But at the same time, am I tracking my progression through how much virality I get, how many views I get? No, because in the end, I still realize that my full-on objective right now and why I'm even filming this is I have to keep remembering who I'm doing it for. Me. It's a me. Oh, school bus at this time of the day? Interesting. But again, too, it's like, it's such a weird thing where I feel like, I still battle and struggle with the idea of social media and how, like, for the longest time, I couldn't post anything for fun. Or I know this sounds like, an over-exaggeration where it's this, oh, this random gentleman says he can't post on social media without getting self-conscious. But I mean, to some extent, that is correct, because growing up, I always had this issue that, like, oh, if I ever post something on the internet, it needs to get likes, it needs to get retweeted, it needs to get shared by a vast amount of people. I need more followers, I need more friends. It's stuff like that, which I don't know why it always weighed on me so heavily. And maybe it's a common occurrence, maybe it's not. But if I look at a lot of the social medias that I have, am I famous on them? No. Did I care about that? To some extent, yes. Especially in like high school and even part of college too, where I'm just like, why am I not getting more likes? Why aren't people saying this is good? I swear I was funny. But then I thought, like, why do I care about that? Why do I need the constant, gratification from another party to just live my own life? And I know that might sound a little bit corny and almost sounds like a justification that people go like, this dude is coping because he has no followers and views. I mean, it's kind of true, right? But it is my coping mechanism, right? Just go, if I do it for myself, only person that I can really judge in the end is the person I look at in the mirror. Which, who is that again? Me. And you might be, why am I so self-critical today? I don't know. Past year or so, it's just been such an interesting ride, to say the least, where I really feel like, there were definitely times in my life where, even if I say a year or two ago, where I feel like, oh, I think I have things figured out pretty well, I think I know who I am generally. But just this past year, I feel like I've learned so much about myself, and I can really thank a lot of that just through the fact that I started working out and focusing on my health, because that is one aspect of my life I never ever focused in growing up. Yes, I might have played some sports here and there, but the act of specifically making sure I keep up my nutrition, sleep, and exercise, which I know that's not, the all-end goal of life. Like, you do not, to live a fulfilling life, you don't need to exercise daily. You don't need to, well, you should also eat well. Like, is this guy, these people, these past couple days are, I'm a little bit peeved that I'm barreling down the road at 45 miles per hour and this guy decides to give me a less than a second gap of swerving out right in front of me. Especially in the rain. I don't know if I advise for that right now. But again, it's even just this past year, I feel like I learned so much about myself, and I really do appreciate the person that I see in the mirror more now, because there were definitely times in my life where I look in the mirror and I said, I don't like this person that I see. Which is funny to say that in that context, because I'm literally filming myself in a car. And I always, if you see me not trying to make eye contact with cars next to me, it's because of that mild fact that, like, if I look over, they see that I'm just an insane person talking to nobody. Then they see the camera in the corner and they go, oh, that guy's trying to be an influencer, isn't he? I keep throwing that word around negatively, but, like, I mean, if that's your goal, like, go ahead and do it. Like, what's stopping you? I don't go to the gym and then, like, the thing is, I know, like, I do the thing, it's like, oh, I don't want to be perceived as an influencer. It's just because I don't want to be perceived as a person in a negative context. Like, if you want to be an influencer, I could care less. If anything, I support you in your goal if you're somebody I know. But it's also that fine line. Are you, it has such a negative context now to me, at least, because there's like this new generation of people where all they want is just gratification from others. And what do? They do wacky, well, wacky is putting it lightly, they do straight up just dangerous, harmful things, film it, and they go, wow, the views are rolling in, the people love me. It's that Spider-Man video where he's like, the people love me. I know it sounds like a really random thing to talk about, but my mind works in interesting ways. But again, the reason I say all this is that it's almost been very healing in a way recording these, because first of all, it is healing in a way that, I do a workout, film it, and I look back and I see, oh, I can improve that, And I know, you might be thinking, wait, does that mean every time you look at your workout, you think constantly ways to improve? Does that mean every time you work out, you think it was a terrible workout? No. Then the thing too is, like, it's almost, I'm looking for that. Like, if I have an exceptionally good workout, I now have video proof of what I did that day and what worked. For example, I didn't hate yesterday's arm day, but I felt like it definitely could have been better. So what might I do? I might go back to the first arm video that I ever recorded, which is a little bit tragic because I only filmed one working set that day because I was still too self-conscious. But even now too, like, every day that passes, the more I film myself at the gym, the more I realize, like, especially at the gym, and especially if what I'm doing isn't affecting others, like, I'm not I'm not hogging a machine for the next 30 minutes filming one set just so I can talk to the camera and sit down at the thing. I try to be as respectable as possible, and I also try to be respectful. That's the word I want to use. But I also tried my best to stay out of people's way. And if I do happen to get in somebody's way, like, for example, if I ask to work in with them, they notice I have a camera, and conversation starts because of it, I'll just give them a truthful answer. I'm going to say I'm filming YouTube videos. I'm going to say I'm filming them for whoa. It's always this turn I see the most interesting things. That guy's towing a boat across, and as he was turning, a bunch of water was spewing out from the boat. That looked pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. What's that sound? Alright. Take my non-green arrow turn when it is safe. And just like that, we're back on the road to success. But another gloomy, rainy day, but as I said, I kind of miss this. It's been so sunny and so smoky every single Washington summer that when I finally see it rain again, and especially one thing I do really like about the Washington rain is that the air quality just gets pristine whenever it rains over here. Like, you walk outside and I could almost say, like, I can take a deep breath and it feels like refreshing. Like, I know that sounds weird to say, but I don't know, like, living in a place with so many trees, and that is one thing that kind of saddens me on another random note. Am I one of those people that are like, stop cutting down the forest, you're making too many houses? I wasn't before, but now it kind of is, because every single time there was any sort of plot of land in our area that was just a green belt, a belt of forest, it's now being cut down to add in like 8 new homes that are all priced $2.5 million plus, but they're the size of like a portable. Well, I guess that's being a little bit too much of a hyperbole. But I mean, that happens. Like, there's really this one road that I drive across kind of occasionally, and they dug out like an entire like 30 square foot radius just so they can build 7 houses in it. And those houses have been sitting vacant for what, like over 3 years now. And the funny thing too is the price keeps rising. Like, you would imagine if the houses aren't selling, they will lower the price, but no. They went the opposite route. They said, what if we actually raised the prices actually? Because I remember when they first got those houses built, they said starting at 1.7 million. And now I think that was about 5-6 years ago. And last time I saw the sign, it said that they're now starting at 2.4 million. Maybe it actually went down actually. Because at that time, I just had a memory where I think I saw it down to like 2.2. So they knocked off 0.2 million in hopes that somebody would buy it. But I still think to this day that every single one of those houses are vacant. Or even if they're not all vacant, it's been 6 years since those things have been built, and I'm pretty sure they should be filled by now, If you built houses 6 years ago, shouldn't people be like, I would love a house? Then the people go, I would like $1 gazillion, please. And you go, maybe I won't. There it is, another Washington. Oh, dude, I am not joking. The past couple days I've been driving, I've been seeing the worst driving I think I've ever witnessed, and people are doing it in the rain when it's slick, and I do not understand it. Like, that's like kind of like me saying, like, am I condoning reckless driving behavior? when it's dry? No, but still, like, why would you put an extra risk at your own health and well-being in your car when it's wet and slick outside? Like, it's raining again right now. Like, it wasn't raining when I was walking to the car, but now it's raining again, which means the roads are going to be slick. Yet I just saw that guy pull out right in front of a barreling car just so that he can get into the turning lane. And he was in the other lane for a while too. He should have been in the turning lane for already. Why am I getting so mad at the drivers right now? Is this actually, do I find this cathartic because it's not me actually filming my gym progression? It's me getting to film my road rage and then learning to calm myself down. Maybe it is, who knows? Well, today's actually a pretty short trip. I do like seeing the little timer on my little recording because it kind of gives me a gauge of like how long it took me to drive to the gym. Because usually I've been noticing it takes me around 12 to 15, sometimes even 17 minutes to get there and to get back. But if we're at around 11 minutes right now at the stoplight right in front of it, actually I guess that's going to be another 12-minute commute right there. Which is kind of funny. Like, there is part of me, I do wish I kind of had a home gym, because here's what I'm always split about. Going to the gym is fun because it's like an experience in its own way. Like, you're in a place where your only distraction is going to be yourself. Like, yeah, you can consider the other people there a distraction too, especially if you talk to them, especially if you have some friends there. But it's like an experience where you kind of know that you're in a location where other people are there strictly just to work out as well. And it's kind of like a cool mentality, group mentality to be in. But are there also days I really wish I especially wish I had a home cardio setup, which I know I could just run outside, but that's hard, that's difficult. Like, yeah, I might do cardio. Actually, I guess I don't do cardio every day. I go do cardio every time I go to the gym, which I'm still pretty proud about that. But having a home cardio setup, just being able to wake up, do my 30 minutes of cardio and have it done for the rest of the day does sound very nice and convenient. And also having a home gym sounds fun too, because then I can really just care only about myself and nothing else. There's no other external factors that could affect me. It's just me, myself, and my thoughts. But is it also kind of fun being at the gym too? Yes, it is fun. So you know what I'm gonna do after I park my car? Perfect. 30 minutes of cardio. And I think I might skip calves today, or I might just do 4 sets, maybe 5 of the seated calf raise. But I don't know. I flexed my calves yesterday in the mirror and they look freaky. I'm gonna be honest. Like, again, freaky is a little bit subjective to whoever, person to person, because they have all different standards for their body. But my calves are looking a little bit freaky, especially in the weird lighting that I have in my room, which should motivate me to work on them more, but also it kind of motivates me to work on them less, because now I want the other parts of the leg to look as freaky now. But without further ado, maybe I'll see you guys in the first set of calves, or if I decide to skip them, or if I decide to not record them either. We'll see you on probably RDLs.
think I'm gonna drop the weight now and do 2 more lighter squeezing sets now because my grip strength can't keep up with this. You know what? I think this is actually going to be a surprise drop set now. I think that's enough for hamstrings for now. Let's move into quads. Okay, so one of the first heavy sets of hack squat. When I went to go re-rack the weight, I didn't take up all the weight, and putting it back up, there's a little crunchy sound. So I think now we do light rate. I think I'm gonna do a lightweight reps and just burn out. So whatever that crunch was doesn't worsen, because it doesn't hurt right now or anything. But I think my 9-month lifting experience, whatever beginner experience that is, I'm gonna prevent injury now instead of making it worse. Little scenery change because I don't know, the other leg extension machine across the room does not feel right. It feels really crooked. So back to the old Predator 2. I'm thinking one more heavy set and then 2 more sets of singles and I call it a day. One more. I think we're done for today.
Okay. I'm still out of breath because legs always seem to get me winded, because there are times where after I do legs, I'm like, this could have basically just been cardio. But you know what? Could I cheat my way out and say I did my 30 minutes of daily cardio by doing legs today? Yeah, I could, but... Or I could just get my 30 minutes of daily cardio out of the way as well and just not have to worry about it, not have to lie to myself to feel better. But, as you guys might have noticed, a little random intermission, some might say, in the middle of the quad, actually not even the middle, the beginning of the quad workout. So today, So here's the thing. So last time I did hack squat, I checked my little notepad. I was putting on 70 pounds on each side. So 45 plate and 25 plate, and then however heavy the actual machine is, which I have no clue. So for now, I'm just gonna put it on as 70 pounds each side. So minimum 140 pounds, right? 70 times 2. And then today I was feeling really good. And here's my philosophy right now. I'm doing less overall sets, which means I'll probably get less overall fatigue while still getting enough muscle stimulus to, incite growth. So at least that's my mindset right now, because I've been kind of liking dropping the amount of sets right now, because I would always remember too that when I would do a lot of sets, which I make it sound like it was like months ago, it was literally like a week and a half ago, where I can definitely feel the fatigue kicking in, and it gets to the point where later on in the exercise of whatever body part I'm working out, I feel like I'm just too drained, too tired, and at that point, I'm assuming those are just junk volume. So maybe this is my aha moment of what junk volume actually means. And I've been liking it so far. Like, for example, I used to do minimum 12 sets per body part and more. As I said, that was a minimum. But today, I only did 3 sets of calves, and they felt pumped and they felt fatigued. And the thing too is I think it's because I'm starting to kind of focus more on my form, kind of making sure I control the eccentric on the way down, if that is the right term that I'm using for right there. And then, really making sure I feel that mind muscle. I'm just like a technical jargon playbook right now. But that being said, all those things that people say, I feel like they do have a little bit of worth to them, because I feel like it's working. And the thing I like personally too is that if I drop the amount of sets, that means I can probably up the weight, and then the caveman, the ancestral part of my brain goes, "Ooh, big weight," even though I put 5 more pounds on it. Why did I go on this tangent? So today I thought, you know what? I dropped the amount of sets. Let's up the weight on hack squat, because last time I was doing it, I did 70 pounds on each side, and then it said on my thing, I did 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Actually, I don't think it was 6. I think it was 8 to 10 reps last time I did legs. Again, were those the perfect reps? No. So there's a thing too. Like, those are probably not very good and, equal, should I say it? Consistent reps. I should say that. Consistent reps. So that's why I probably, was able to eke out a couple more numbers right there. But today I thought, all right, let's lower the set to 2 and then increase the weight by 10 plus on each side. So another 20 pounds. So from 140, I was like, let's go for a 160 pound hack squat. Again, I don't know how much the actual machine weighs. So who knows? Maybe I'm a lot stronger than I expected. But anyway, first set, as I recorded, I went to failure because I really thought I could eke out another more rep. But on the way up, it was not budging. So I said, before I, hurt myself, let's let go. But then here's where I learned today to not be an idiot, I learned a lot on my little 9-month lifting journey, almost 10-month now because it's approaching October. But as I said, I'm learning every single day, and I feel like a lot of the things that I'm really learning too is injury prevention, preventative maintenance, or should I even say preventative maintenance? Does sound kind of funny to put in like a human context, but yeah. So what happened? After I reached failure, I obviously can't push that weight back up, right? Well, I could, but I also could get hurt. So what did I do? I took off the 25s on each side and the 10 on each side with just the 45, and then I tried pushing it back up. But then here's where I did something dumb. Every time I used to do that, because I don't want to re-rack everything or put it back on, I would leave the 45 on, because usually I found out I'm strong enough currently where I can just push the 45 back up. And sometimes I have like even more leverage per se, where like if I just put 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the pad, and then just lift up like that, and it would go up. But today I did that, but I didn't like brace my core. I didn't have proper posture, and I didn't have the proper foot placement. And did the weight go up? Yes. But, trigger warning, on the way up, I felt a very crunchy sound coming from, how should I say it? It's like right below the knee, but like, it's like that kind of fleshy part right next to your shin, but right below your knee. So there isn't a bone, so I don't think I fractured anything or a micro fracture per se. But again, too, I definitely heard a very unpleasant, very crunchy sound. And even now, I'm like touching that area and it doesn't hurt. And again, on the other exercises, it didn't hurt either. But then I thought, all right, leg when crunch, maybe I shouldn't do any more exercises that would put more strain and stress in that area. I stop? Okay, I gotta stop. If you guys are wondering why I'm stopped, there's a school bus, and if the red lights are flashing, I don't care if the cars behind me honk, I'm gonna stop because I'd rather not get a $1,000 ticket for, running over a child. Okay, that was pretty fast though. That's what it was. I should have gotten out a little bit earlier today, but the crunchy below the knee incident did put a little bit hindrance to my time of getting out. Because right now I gotta fight all the school buses driving back home. But again, so what did I do with the newfound knowledge I've gained over the past 9 months of lifting? And as I said, I'm still learning. I go, all right, below knee, leg went crunchy. Let's not do anything that could make it re-crunch. So what did I do? I stopped doing my heavy hack squats. And I put heavy in, quotations because, they're heavy to me. Are they heavy to somebody else? I don't know. But again, those are my heavy, my compound-ish heavy pressing movement that I want to begin the exercise with. And then I want to, ease into more lighter weight, more, you could say repetition-based squeezing movements where I really feel the contraction of the muscle and I feel that burn, And as Sam said in some of those videos too, Sam Sulik, which is funny too, like if somebody ever watches my video, like somebody that doesn't know me and they're gonna be like, dude, you're just blood thinks he's Sam. Like, well, I don't think I'm Sam, but at the same time, I really do appreciate his content and how he presents himself and his knowledge of muscles. So why wouldn't I take notes from somebody, I look up to, right? I don't know why I did that smile right there. But again, so with that in mind, the wise lifter in my mind said, if the leg would go crunch, why not do things that make it not go crunch? So what did I do? I went to my tried and true favorite, as you guys might have seen. It's the hack squat machine, but changing my foot placement to be as off the pad as possible. In a way, I quite literally only have like the front third of my foot, like the front third on the pad, and I'm going down as deep as I can, and I'm really just focusing on just making sure that the only driving force that I have going up are my quads. And I think I'm slowly going to start putting weight on. Right now I'm just doing whatever the base weight of the hack squat machine is. And even then, like I like 10, like anywhere I get over like 8 reps, that's when it really starts to just burn. And the thing too is I only did 2 sets of that. And me getting off that machine after 2 sets, I felt like I already did 9 sets of quads in a row right there. So I'm still going to experiment a little bit with dropping the amount of sets because I think it's working for me right now, where I'm really, as I said, I'm kind of focusing on the quality of each set instead of just making sure that I pump out as many sets as possible, because that's what I used to do. I said, how do I know that I worked out enough? So I just kept going until it felt like I couldn't move no more. And even now, I dropped the amount of sets. I got off that last set of single leg extensions, and the legs were wobbly. And the legs are still wobbly. Like I feel them right now while driving, where they are quite tender, if I can say so myself. So I like to say it's working out so far. Today wasn't the best leg workout that I ever had, mainly because that injury kind of put a damper on things. And also I liked the heavy RDLs that I was doing before I did, the lighter weight drop set. But the only thing is, whenever I do heavy RDLs, I can move the weight. And again, there's nothing in pain or anything, but I just don't really feel it that much in my hamstrings compared to when I drop the weight and really just focus on the movement itself. Because I feel like I'm being consistent with my form, because I checked over the videos a little bit too of me doing the heavy RDLs and the lighter RDLs, and it looks pretty consistent in my eye. Or I could be completely wrong too, and maybe I found out in the next leg exercise that I was doing it completely wrong. And if I was, I honestly in a way look forward to it, because that's another thing I can improve on and I'm learning. And it's just amazing to me that I've gone for months doing this, yet even now I still feel like such a beginner, and it's so fun being able to learn new tactics. New mythology. I almost said mythology instead of methodology. Actually, it's methodology, actually. But again, I feel like that's such a fun thing to have, and I'm, for once, excited how slow I am progressing in the gym. And I know that's a little bit subjective to say, but I feel like I always had this issue that whatever hobby or interest that I picked up, that I would have the incoming doom of, what if I don't enjoy this anymore? What if I hit that burnout period? And again, too, that was a little bit due to the fact that, like, once I got really into a hobby, I would pursue that hobby so intensely and so basically in a way where I dedicated everything in my life to that I would, yes, burn out and then not enjoy it as much. But I really want to make this, lifting and going to the gym a lifelong commitment, but that also applies to every other hobby that I ever, think about. That could even pertain to me, like getting to know somebody. Like if it's a friend, I want to make sure that friendship lasts, and I want to make sure that I don't burn myself out on it. It almost sounds a little bit, sad to say that, but that being said, all the people that I've known for the past couple years and new people that I met, I really am happy that I got to meet them. And in a way, it's me going to the gym has helped my outlook on so many things, where I actively look forward to meeting those people. I actively look forward and talking to these people. And it's just a nice positive mindset that I feel like I never really had before. But also, that's not like a cry for help saying like, I was sad, now I'm happy, but I don't want to be sad again. It's just, I'm just amazed at where I'm at right now, and I'm truly happy, and I hope that, everybody else can, reach this happiness too. Is this the end goal? No. I still have a lot of aspirations, a lot of dreams that I want to achieve. Are they feasible? I don't know yet. And that's the thing too. Like, even if I have some sort of, unreachable dream, isn't that the point of a dream though, that I can dream about it? And who knows, maybe one day I do achieve it too. I never thought once in my life, especially if you told like 8-year-old me, 15-year-old me, 21-year-old me, even if you told me like those ages, and future me went back and I said, you're going to actually really enjoy going to the gym, I wouldn't believe it. I had zero interest at all lifting. In a way too, like I remember too, I really thought lifting and like bodybuilding to some concept was kind of weird. And not weird in the way that like, okay, buddy. Okay, I crossed, but at what cost? That kid bolted right in front of me the moment I made my turn, and I did not appreciate that. Whoa. All the high school and middle school kids are out of school right now, and they're roaming the streets. Remember, that's a grown-ass man, actually. That is not a child. That is a group of men walking to the basketball courts to play basketball. Oh, whoopsies. Thank goodness I didn't have my window down, or those people might have been a little bit agitated, I would have to say. They just had the exaggerated swagger of a middle school child as they walked down with their basketball. But again, did I have the best leg workout? No. But again, it's like the day where I went in to do arms and then I had a headache, so I went home. It made me more excited so that the next time I come in, I now know how to, prevent an injury. Am I even injured right now? I don't know, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? Because the one thing I really found out lifting for the past couple months is that if you push it too hard and you injure yourself, you're losing gains. You know why? Because you're going to be out for a minimum couple of days, and sometimes a week, sometimes even a month. And is it over if you lose progress like that? No, definitely not. And the thing too, it's like it almost makes me more excited to get back in. But was being injured a pleasurable experience? No. So why wouldn't I take all the time and effort to make sure I don't get injured, right? And also I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I am quite sweaty today, as you can tell by the color gradient right over there. Funny thing too, I got somebody commented how sweaty I was. I saw somebody I knew at the gym, and then they like approached me. They're like, Andy, and they like stuck their hand out like this, and they like touched me, and they're like sweaty, and I was like, But without further ado, I don't know if I'll be cooking myself a delectable meal right now, because I do have a little bit of work to accomplish, because I am going on a trip tomorrow. And that's another thing too. I'm going on a trip tomorrow with friends I'm looking forward to. And I am actively looking forward to seeing them and having a good old weekend. So if there's no cooking portion, just remember. Well, I guess I lied. I guess there is a little bit of a lunch tidbit, but it's very simple and almost kind of sad. We have a delicious protein shake. And then look how, I'm going to give you guys a content warning right now. This is literally just 140 grams of frozen blueberries tossed in whatever leftover yogurt that I had. Mysterious stain on the wall once again. And I think I'll consider this a quick lunch, and then I'll probably shower, do a couple hours of work. I'm going to guess 1 to 2 hours of work, and then have a small meal, and then have a big dinner later on so I can get my sufficient calories and protein in, my macros for the current bulk that I'm on. But again, on that note, a bone apple teeth. Goodbye.